Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jared Opens a Box. This is Jared Opens a Box, Season 5, Episode 6. I am trying to keep track of them here just for future reference. But this is super exciting, guys, because I have been waiting for this episode for a long time. I figured since this was the end of Jared Takes the L Season 9 and Jared for the Win Season 9, I figured that even though Jared Opens a Box season doesn't end this week like the other two did, I figured I still wanted to have a good video to cap off this very fun week of content. And what better way to do it than with the new Transformers Funko Pops from Funko. That's right, they just recently started doing a Retro Toys Wave. And as part of that, they started making the classic G1 Transformers Pops. And there are a lot of them, but as of right now, I'm going to be reviewing the 5 in the main wave. Those 5 being Optimus Prime, I got Bumblebee right here, Jazz right here, Megatron, and Soundwave. And technically, this is the GameStop exclusive Soundwave, but there's not really much difference to it. So I just put it with these rather than doing him in the exclusive Transformers video, which that is coming in the future. I figured I would just put Soundwave with these guys because he technically was part of the main wave. So that's why he's here, in case you were wondering. Because I know I usually do exclusives and stuff in a separate video, but this one is going to be different. But yeah, I guess we're just going to start this video. I'm pretty excited about this one, honestly. I'm really excited. I'm going to move the rest of them out of the way for right now, but we will get to them in a moment. We are going to kick things off with the main man himself, Optimus Prime. So, Optimus Prime, a very, very cool fella here. Probably one of my all-time favorite Transformers. Obviously, you can't have a Transformers wave without Optimus. He's the leader of the Autobots. He's the main good guy. You know, you have to have Optimus Prime in there. And yeah, I'm still shocked that they even made these, but it's so cool that I'm finally getting to review these. This is part of the Pop Retro Toys line. It is Pop number 22. Again, this one actually does have artwork. This one, these ones were made before they switched over to doing 3D models, like last week's Lucha Libre video. So this one definitely, all the Transformers Pops as of right now, still have artwork on them. So that's really cool news. On the back of the box, we do see the others in the wave that we are going to be reviewing today. Bumblebee, Megatron, Jazz, and Soundwave. And of course it says collect them all, which I did. So what can I say, you know? We already did that. But let's get right into this, guys. I'm super excited to take a look at our first Transformers Pop on Jared Opens the Box. Never mind, I can't open it. Okay. Never mind, guys. Episode's canceled. Sorry, go home. All right, here it is. Oh, man. Woo! Look at this. I mean, wow. Where do you even begin with this? I mean, there's so much detail. So much detail. And these things are insane. I mean, the head, you know, you have the blue color, which that's like my favorite shade of blue right there. So that automatically gives it a win in my book. But the head mold is absolutely perfect. They gave him the blue eyes right there. He's got the silver piece right here, which usually goes in the front when he transforms into his truck, I believe. Or I was kidding, down here it does. And then you also see his his mouthpiece right here in the front that he usually has while he's talking. You see right there, he has the old-fashioned classic truck design down here. He's holding his trademark gun right there. Pretty sure that's the only weapon Optimus ever really used back in the G1 days. On his shoulders, I don't know if you can really see it, but he does have the Autobot logo on his shoulders, both of them actually, but the gun kind of blocks the other one, so you can't really see it that well. And of course, he does have his the roller blade, or the little wheels on his feet. Man, they did so many details on these figures. They're incredible. Honestly, I mean, these things are just so cool. I'm honestly just like, oh my gosh, like, this is I'm kind of, you know, I'm being a fanboy, you know, like I'm so excited about these, because I've always been a big Transformers fan, so this is super cool to me. But that's Optimus Prime. Does he stand up well? really. I'll kind of have him lean up. I'll show him again at the end of the episode, but he kind of stands up. Well, the feet are a little small, so you can't really blame Optimus for that. All right, guys. Up next we have Bumblebee. This is Optimus's second in command. He's always been one of the more popular characters. Even back in the G1 days, he was always a more popular character. This is pop number 23, of course. It's cut right after Optimus. And yeah, nothing much else to say about it. Again, does have the artwork on the side. I do like the classic kind of 80s, background there they picked for these. That's really cool. And I also noticed, you'll notice when we do the bad guys, the Decepticons, a little bit later on. But if they're an Autobot or a good guy, they have the red background. But if they're a Decepticon, they have a purple background to kind of differentiate whether they're heroes or villains. So I thought that was a really good touch from Funko on that part. This one's pretty tiny, actually. Not too surprising, though. So there's Bumblebee. Again, a very tiny pop. Definitely the smallest of the Transformers. Nothing crazy about his design. He has the little horns on the top of his head. He has the silver face right there with the blue eyes, just like Optimus Prime. I'm pretty sure they have blue eyes, they're the good guys. They have red eyes, they're the bad guys. I think that's how it works. That's usually how it is. And of course they have, he has the Autobot logo right in the middle of his chest. So in case you were wondering if he's good or bad, you have your answer right there. And he has the, he has the little, he transforms into like a little, what do they call those little cars? I don't know what they're called, but that's what he transforms into. And they have the top of that car right here on his chest. Put in the comments what they're called. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. He does have a gun as well, just like Optimus Prime. These are like the only guns they used back in the old cartoons. They only had like these flimsy little guns and stuff, but they shot like giant things of energy. It's that's how it was back then. He has not much else to say there. Everything else looks pretty accurate to his appearance in the cartoon. I will say though, the head is definitely gigantic compared to the rest of his body. So I'm going to assume he's probably not going to stand up well just because of that reason alone. But we'll give it a shot. Let's see if he stands. No, he does not. As I figured, he does not stand. I'll lean him up against the box and I'll show him off again a little towards the end of the episode. All right, next up is our last Autobot of the episode, the last good guy. We have Jazz. That's his name, it's Jazz. I know it's an interesting name for a character, but that's what we have here. This is Jazz. He's kind of the cool character, of the main Autobots. This is actually pop number 25. I think Megatron technically goes first, and then Jazz, and then Soundwave. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. I checked the back of the box. So I'm kind of skipping ahead, but I want to do the good guys first and then the bad guys. So we do have Jazz on the front of the box, his artwork there. And I have to give credit to this artwork because I'm sure this was a pain in the butt to make artwork for. I mean, these probably took some time. But kudos to whoever designed that. And again, collect them all on the back. What else do I have to say? I already did that. Let's get this guy open. So, okay. So here's Jazz, and this one actually looks really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this one. Obviously, the first thing I notice is the gigantic visor that he has over his eyes. And then those are not actually his eyes. That is a visor that he has kind of over his eyes that he can slide down whenever he wants. Again, to make him look cool, with a name like Jazz, you have to be cool, He does have ears, I guess, is what I would call these right here, though I'm not entirely sure what they are exactly. But that's what I would describe them as. Very, very, not a shiny texture, but very smooth. It's a very smooth pop. That's what I could describe it as being. The front of the pop has a lot of details. There is a lot of details. He has a couple Autobot logos. The first Autobot logo is kind of being blocked by his head, and the other one is kind of down in his lower chest region. And then we also can see He is holding a gun as well, except his looks a lot cooler than the other two guns, so it probably does a little bit more damage compared to the other two. And on the back, we do see he has his car doors hanging out right here. I think that's just for show, though. I don't believe he ever actually used those for anything. But other than that, yeah, this is a really cool one, and honestly, this might be my favorite one so far because of just how cool it looks. But yeah, what do you guys think of this one? I personally think it's my favorite one so far, but I still have two more to go, so we'll have to see how well those two look. And he stands up really well too, so just wanted to point that out. All right, our first, I don't know what I was saying there. Our first Decepticon bad guy is Megatron. Of course, he is the leader of the Decepticons, Optimus Prime's arch enemy. And yeah, here is Megatron. I'm looking forward to this one. This is pop number 24, again, right before Jazz in the technical lineup. Megatron's artwork on the side there, that looks incredible. And again, on the back. And again, I told you about that purple color scheme. If they're bad, they get the purple color scheme. If they're good, they get the red color scheme on the back and front of the box. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. Now this one looks cool. All right. So here is Megatron, and I think I have a new favorite already. So first off, he has a gigantic head, but to be fair, Megatron already had a gigantic head in the cartoon. So Funko just exaggerated it a little bit, but it's actually pretty accurate in a technical way. But yeah, you see he does have the red menacing eyes. He actually has eyebrows, which is a bit of an interesting decision. But he does have eyebrows. I don't know why, but he does. He actually has a mouth as well, and a nose. You see on his chest he has a gigantic Decepticon logo, just like Bumblebee had the big Autobot one. So if you ever question what his alignment is, you will know the answer pretty easily. In his one hand, he's holding it out, almost like he's going like this. He's angry. And in the other hand, he has that gigantic cannon that he's known for in the cartoon. That's sitting on his other arm, his right arm over here. And then we also see on the back, he has a couple other things kind of hanging out back here. The legs are down there as well. I believe he turns into a gun. I think he turns into like a giant gun or something in the cartoons. So, he definitely has kind of features that would be able to transform him into that. But yeah, overall, I think this is really cool. I'm a big fan of this one. Nothing much else to say about it. It's Megatron. If you know what Megatron looks like in the G1 cartoons and stuff, Generation 1 cartoons, then this is basically almost picture perfect. I'm a big fan of this one, honestly. Really, really good job, Funko. And that one stands up pretty well, too. We have one more here, guys, for today's episode. Thanks for sticking around with me. I know it might be a longer one, but, that's okay. Here is Soundwave. And again, this is the GameStop exclusive one, but there's really no big difference. The only difference is that he has a couple cracks in his boombox, his chest area. So yeah, this is Soundwave. He's kind of Megatron's second in command, I guess, besides Starscream, but he's coming at a later time. It has the only at GameStop sticker on it because, again, this is the exclusive one. This is actually pop number 37. If I had the normal Soundwave, it would have been 26. So yeah, they actually did mark it as a different pop, which is interesting. They don't usually do that. You see the artwork over there. You see the crack in the artwork, but we'll look at that more when we open the box. And it has the purple color scheme because he's a bad guy. That's what we've learned here. All right. And we're opening Soundwave. Oh, this one is so cool. Oh my gosh. All right, this one right here. This is my favorite one. I promise. I'm not changing my mind anymore. This is the best one. I mean, look at that. That is so cool. I mean, that one's awesome. Wow. I mean, yeah, look at that. Look at that head. He also has what looks to be a visor, just like Jazz does. I don't think those would be his real eyes, but I guess I don't know for a fact. He has a gigantic mouthpiece that almost looks kind of like a set of sharp teeth, you know, like a set of sharp teeth. That's what it kind of reminds me of right there. And you can also see on his stomach, or like his chest region, that's where he has like the boombox thing. That's where it has all the cracks and stuff. You might not even be able to see it, but there are some cracks on there. I think that's literally the only difference that it has compared to the other pop. So I don't really know why they even bothered to make this. I guess they had to fill a quota. They had to give GameStop an exclusive, and they're like, yeah, here's this Soundwave with a couple cracks in his chest, and we'll call it a day, you know? He does have a weapon as well, as they all do. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's a very cool looking weapon. He even has some little features. There's no way you'd be able to see that with the camera, but towards the bottom of his chest, he has two buttons, one that says record and one that says stop. Because again, he does turn into a radio. So that is really cool. That's a great detail from Funko. They do good when they try, let me tell you. And then on the back, there's this really weird circle thing, I guess, with a sphere in it. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool, I guess. But yeah, this one is super cool. I'm a huge fan of Soundwave, and this one definitely does the job. Very good job, Funko. That is going to do it for today, guys. I'll go through each pop once again, one more time before we put the episode away. Here's Soundwave, very cool. We also looked at Megatron from Transformers. Obviously, I don't know why I said that part. Here's Jazz, very cool. Bumblebee, pretty small, but otherwise very good. What are you going to do? And then Optimus, the leader of the Autobots. And there is the first wave of Transformers. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget, next Saturday there will be a special edition of Jared Opens a Box. There won't be any Jared Takes DL or Jared for the Win, but there will be a Jared Opens a Box, and I have a really good one lined up, guys. Don't miss it. Anyways, thank you guys again so much. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.